Lesson 17. Part 1. Alloy. An alloy is often harder, lighter, and stronger than the pure metals of which it is composed. Blackout. The streets were not lighted at night during the blackout. Cater. Who is supposed to cater for your daughter's wedding next week? Cram. He is cramming facts and dates for his history examination tomorrow. He crammed as many candy bars into his pockets as they would hold. Fleece. If you paid $200 for the watch, you were fleeced. I saw it in a department store for $70. Habitat. The jungle is the natural habitat of wild animals and plants. Locksmith. I lost my key to the door and I went to the locksmith to get a new one. Pant. He panted excitedly, giving us the news as he had just heard it. Rickety. Don't use that old cart, it's rickety. Stigmatize. He has been stigmatized as a coward and liar. Unquenchable. Having been in the desert without water for 2 days, his thirst was unquenchable. Part 2. Astronaut. The astronauts of the United States are returning to the Earth from the Moon. Bequeath. One age bequeaths its knowledge to the next. Census. In the United States, there is a census every 10 years. Crusade. Everyone of the city was asked to join the crusade for better housing. Ford. The stream was so deep that we could not ford it. Hover. The dog hovers around the kitchen door every mealtime. Masquerade. They were all dressed up to attend the masquerade. He got a free ticket to the play by masquerading as a friend of the actors. Phoenix. The phoenix is believed to live for 500 years and then burn itself and be born again from the ashes. Rye. Some people prefer the dark bread made from rye to the white bread made from wheat. Stunt. In the film, he jumps off a running car and performs other dangerous stunts. Versus. The most exciting game in hockey was Harvard versus Yale. Part 3. Artillery. Above all, the artillery was the deciding factor in the battle. Bounty. In the early days of the West, many states paid a bounty for captured criminals. Clench. When he got a shot against typhus, the child clenched his teeth in pain. Dirk. I saw a burglar with a dirk in his hand, getting into the room where she was sleeping. Gallows. The murderer entreated the judge for mercy, but was sentenced to the gallows. Inedible. My steak, though delicious, was mostly fat and bones. Most of it was inedible. Morale. The morale of the football team was very low after its defeat. Prone. We are more prone to make mistakes when we are tired. We fell prone on the ground and drank water from the spring. Scuttle. The robbers grasped the peril of their position and scuttled away. Tack. The carpet was fastened to the floor with tacks. Ward. After his parents' death, the court made him a ward of his aunt. Part 4. Avalanche. The terrible avalanche buried the whole village, and very few people survived it. Briefcase. I was so in a hurry that I left my briefcase at home. Commodious. The apartment is not commodious enough for his family to live in. Dynasty. The Bourbon dynasty ruled France for more than 200 years. Gibberish. After he got out of the bar, he suddenly began to yell drunken gibberish on the sidewalk. Invoke. I invoked his forgiveness many times but failed to move him. Myriad. There are myriads of stars in the sky at night. We cannot count them. Quarry. Thousands of men and women are working in the quarry to get stones for use in building the castle. Slum. Poverty and disease are common in the slums. Tinkle. He tinkled his coins together in his pocket. Whirlpool. The swimmer caught in the whirlpool struggled to keep from drowning. Part 5. Blockade. We ended our blockade of the enemy's port when peace was established. Burrow. The fox likes to live in a burrow. It's warm in winter and cool in summer. Corollary. Destruction and suffering are corollaries of war. Fawn. Many flattering relatives fawned on the rich old man. Grope. He groped for the light switch in the dark basement. Latch. He turned the latch of the door and opened it so gently. Nostalgia. The soldiers were filled with nostalgia by hearing my old favorite song. Resound. The notes of the hunting horn resounded through the forest. Splinter. The fireman splintered the locked door with an axe to save the boy in the room. No one in the plane survived the crash. It crashed down into splinters. Truce. A truce was declared at Christmas between the two armies. Vernacular. There is not a single grammar book on the vernacular of this African tribe.